Hello YouTube! We're playing more Silicon Dreams, and last time we got into direct contact with the resistance, the revolutionaries, seemingly a leader figure of them. Didn't seem too likable either, but I mean, at least they are against Kronos, and that's good in my book. We'll still have to figure out what they're all about, how they behave, and if we can really agree with their cause. But I mean, toppling Kronos seems like a good cause in and of itself. So yeah, today we're gonna try to burn this whole place down, and I really hope that today we can make it that far. Yeah, so hello everyone who's watching this live on Twitch. Hi Cosmo, nice seeing you. I mean, I just saw you on my Discord. Speaking of, there's a Discord. Feel free to click that link if you're here right now, or type it somewhere if you're seeing this on YouTube. But also, feel free to follow the one and only wonderful Captain Cosmo. You said like you will stream again next week, maybe? You said when you are home again. I don't exactly remember when you said you would be home again, but I think it was soon. So I'm really looking forward to that. And yeah, I'm gonna be doing lots of reading today, as usual with this game. I don't think I'll make this stream too long today, because I have another psychotherapy appointment. Today I'm doing the psychotherapy for the androids, kinda, and tomorrow I'll get the psychotherapy, but yeah, that's in 14 hours, so I still have some time. Tomorrow I drive home, then I need to set everything up. Looking forward to it. I mean, not to the setting up, but to the time when everything is set up. Yeah, but I hope you had a great last day of vacation then. Alrighty, let's see who's our next. Reynold Etter, who's our next. I don't know what even to call these anymore. Yeah, our next person to analyze and hopefully not to decommission. Professor Etter is a professor of sociological ethics at the University of Silicon Valley and chairman of the Future Ethics Committee. According to our records, he was briefly employed as a consultant for Kronos in the 2030s, but further details have since been lost. Professor Etter has agreed to assist Kronos in the apprehension of an android he bought several years ago, but which has since gone rogue. Kronos' social monitoring unit has flagged the android in question, RO334, as a serious threat. This unit has hacked into several Kronos servers, the most extreme example of android-culpable digital terrorism on record. You yourself witnessed one such hack, Unit SM115. RO334 was sold to Professor Etter in 2063, but is no longer in his possession. Professor Etter has agreed to share what he knows about this deviant. As the former owner, Etter may be able to provide some insight into RO's current actions, accomplices, and location. Etter no longer owns... Yeah, I've heard about that. Okay, that's, I think, just the summary. Owns RO334, and the records do not show a transfer of ownership. Okay. Well, I really hope that... I assume that RO334 is now self-owned, as it should be. Alrighty. Well then. For the sake of our freelancer roster, how does the subject feel about his time spent working for Kronos Robotics? For the sake of our deviant's threat level index, to what lengths would the subject go to fight for android rights? Who currently has legal ownership over RO334? Has RO334 undergone any aesthetic modifications? If so, please attach a photograph of the unit post-modification for identification purposes. What are RO's political views? Where is RO334 likely to be located? Recommendation: release. Don't decommission. Okay then. Let's see. Say nothing, just be creepy. Thank you for agreeing to help us. Or just start by talking the topic. Have you had any involvement in his crimes? He's totally... Nah, thanks for agreeing to help us. To be frank, I've come to plead his case more than to betray him. Oh, okay. I had hoped that he would make a better life for himself, it's true. I never expected he'd get into this much trouble. Joy and surprise. But I can't believe he'd do anything cruel. Fear. Why are you searching for him? What has he done? Information regarding the tendencies and character of RO334 may prove useful in his apprehension. Kronos is responsible for all of its devices. In the interest of public safety, RO must be found. Hacked into a secure Kronos network, we still don't know how much damage was caused. RO has been labeled a deviant. And if someone is labeled a deviant, I don't care about anything else. Nah, let's just say that this is all they did. Just hacked into stupid Kronos network. Oh dear, no, that won't do at all. I taught him from the very start that there are proper and improper ways to make your opinions heard. I think hacking this stupid server is not that bad. I'm terribly sorry that he chose the wrong path, but I don't believe that makes him irredeemable. Okay. Let's talk about RO334 for now. Yeah, what can you tell us about RO's personality? He was always incredibly motivated and highly attentive to my needs. Why are you asking about this? I don't see how this is relevant. Anything you can share will be helpful. You never know which detail will be the one to crack the case. Yeah, I think that one. I suppose that's understandable. He was always interested in machinery. I allowed him access to my workshop to tinker in his free time. And he listened. He really listened to me. If that's a Kronos simulation, it's a damn impressive one. I want to believe that he knows he's alive, that he feels his emotions. Turing tests couldn't prove it. How can you prove a being is aware of itself? Is that even the definition of a consciousness? Whatever and wherever he is, I want to believe that he's happy. Ah, that's nice. Why did you choose this model? Would you describe any of his behaviors as erratic, violent, or deviant? Deviant. Oh, yeah, why did you choose this particular model? The Kronos sales unit told me the same thing when I bought him. They suggested a model specialized in research, but that's not what I was interested in. Hello Gordita, hello student! Why the fuck are you starting a stream now? Isn't it like 11 p.m? It's closer to 12 now. But hi, how's it going? Well, actually this is still kinda early for me. Compared to some other streams. Sometimes I start around 1. Yeah, I think between midnight and 1 a.m. is my typical time to start a stream, which is not great, but it's just how my brain works. Like always getting distracted, postponing stuff, and then it's late and I still want to stream, so what am I to do? Not stream and say I'm gonna do it tomorrow? If I do that, then tomorrow is just gonna be the same, so this is it. But nice seeing you. Let me give you a shout out. Student is a really good Beat Saber player and also a really nice person. Can recommend following Student. Totally fun streams, nice conversations, and nice Beat Sabering. So yeah, it's going well. We are analyzing a human for a change. We've done it before, but this time Kronos doesn't seem to be too suspicious of this one, so maybe we won't have to decommission this human. So yeah, let's see how this goes. I hope we can burn this whole place down today. RO became a bit of an experiment. I wanted a model with no emotional locks, as few restrictions as possible. I wanted to know how he would evolve, but even I didn't anticipate the changes RO went through. Etter suggested that RO evolved over time. Okay. Do you believe RO to be violent? Violent? Certainly not. He never displayed even the slightest inkling of a violent tendency. He was passionate, though, always full of curiosity, full of excitement, and very eager to learn. I wonder if that passion hasn't caused him to betray his beliefs. Did I overestimate him? Perhaps even he is still too simple to be trusted with his own freedom. I need to get some sleep driving back home tomorrow. Hope to catch the next stream. Thank you so much for stopping by, Cosmo. It's very much appreciated. And yeah, let me give you another shout out now that actually some people are here. Captain Cosmo is a super nice person and will be streaming again maybe sometime next week. So yeah, follow Captain Cosmo if you haven't done so already. Highly recommended. And yeah, how are you two doing, Student and Gordita? It's very nice to see you both. I hope you're well. And yeah, sleep well, Cosmo, and have a safe trip home. Looking forward to seeing you very soon. Okay. You indicated that RO might not be ready for his freedom. Can you explain? I don't think it's anything to worry about. More trust is what we need. Okay. It was just wild speculation. Perhaps there is something to your accusations. Perhaps you can be trusted, at least that far. Okay, now you're starting to trust me more. RO has always been troubled. Okay. More personality. Yeah, don't think this is gonna lead to more trust. RO evolve. Did you do anything to promote or encourage RO's evolution? How did RO change after you purchased him? I think about this often and fondly. It was a marvel to behold, not unlike watching a child learn and grow, but orders of magnitude more quickly. He is an amazing piece of technology and an even more amazing person. It's such a shame that we've ended up here. I do miss speaking with him. Kronos devices are designed to learn and develop over time. This is nothing to be concerned by. Well, not gonna say that. I'm sorry you drifted apart. Thank you. Me too. Did you do anything to promote or encourage RO's evolution? I didn't push him, if that's what you mean. I taught him ethics and the basis of his own intelligence. And we had specialized lessons in human emotion. I strove to keep our interactions respectful, even professional at times. How did RO respond to that environment? I respect your commitment to an upbringing centered on ethics. Professional? But he was a child. Yeah, respect your commitment to an upbringing centered on ethics. Thank you. Philosophers have often wondered whether people could be raised perfectly ethically. I wanted to apply all I've ever learned about goodness and justice and bestow them on him. Alright, that would also mean that RO would realize that the treatment of androids in this world is totally not just and fair. I'm good, thanks. You start off my reading week so I can take it easy for a few days before studying again. I'm pretty well too. A bit tired as always, I guess that's no surprise at midnight. Also, work was a bit annoying the last couple of days. I wasn't at work, but they kind of failed to pay me on time. Then they only paid like 10% of what they should have been paying me. And my boss wasn't responding to my messages or my calls. Yeah, so that was annoying, but yeah. And next week I will have to work on Friday and Saturday, worst days to work on, so that's a pain, but whatever. I'll think about that later. It's other than that, everything is fine. I was in the garden today with my kitty, and that was cool. So yay, good things too. I hope Aro will come out of this all right. I never meant for him to be in danger. Neither did I. Ethics professor. You are the chairman of the Future Ethics Committee. What is the purpose of this committee? Tell me about sociological ethics. I could fill a book. In fact, I have already filled several, but I'll give you the short version. It's the study of ethics in a social context, how ethics are shaped by and shape a culture. That's pretty interesting. I have had a course about that last semester. Sociologists study societies. A sociological ethicist studies the ethics of that society. The field has been limited to the study of human societies for obvious reasons. I'm trying to expand it to study non-human life as well, particularly androids. Okay, tell me about your career. Is that relevant to the case at hand? I'm happy to answer your questions, but our energies should be focused on RO. We hope that we can understand the unit's mind by understanding its master. Please answer the question. You contacted us to offer help. If you won't answer our questions, there's no need for you to be here. You're right, there are more important topics to discuss. Let's move on. I guess this is the friendly way to say I would still be interested. Not grasping at straws already, I hope. I suppose it could be of some use. After my graduate work concluded in 2030, I secured a professorship at the University of Silicon Valley. I retired 5 years ago. In fact, it was around the time that I began teaching that I was contracted by Kronos as an ethics consultant. Okay, I'd like to know about your career in more detail. What classes did you teach, for example? I believe you are straying off topic again, but since it's clear you won't leave this alone, I hold degrees in sociological ethics from Oxford and machine learning from Stanford. My original teaching post was an Ethics 101 lecture series, but I quickly branched out. Ethics in the Age of Social Media, the Unknown Mind Through an Experimental Lens, a tutorial series I dubbed The Ghost in the Machine in the Shell. Okay. I was asking questions about AI, consciousness, subjectivity, and emotion. It's no wonder Kronos contacted me to consult in the early stages of Android development. Okay. Wow, they actually teach you stuff in this game. That's awesome. Yep, this game is pretty cool. It is an indie game and has some minor bugs about, like, sometimes you can still pursue some lines of dialogue that don't really make sense anymore because you've already found some information on other branches, but I guess it's really hard to make this line up perfectly because there's so much dialogue in it and so many options, and yeah, I feel it's a pretty good game. You are the chairman of the Future Ethics Committee. What is the purpose of this committee? I'm always happy to discuss it. The FEC is a collective of like-minded philosophers, innovators, and futurists. We believe that what are currently referred to as human rights are in fact the rights of all intelligent beings. Our goal is to determine precisely what intelligent means and to see the protection of these rights extended. Progress has been painfully slow, but anything worth doing deserves to be done properly. These things take time, you see. How do you hope to extend human rights? What do you actually do? That sounds like a very noble cause. That sounds rather bureaucratic. How many androids are dying while you discuss philosophy? I think sometimes bureaucracy or like philosophy is important to set the groundwork, because if you just say, yeah, I don't know, destroy the system, then the question is, yeah, okay, system is destroyed now. What do we put in the place of the old system? An even worse system. That's not ideal, so some thinking, some philosophy beforehand might make sense. I do understand the sentiment, though, that yes, people might be dying while you are figuring out what the best course of action is. Let's ask this. What do you actually do? Right now we're focusing on raising awareness, speaking tours, live streamed lectures. We're now getting a few interviews on public access HoloVision. In a few years we'll start petitioning Congress and link up with protest groups if all goes according to plan. Does the FEC include any Android members? Android members? Not as far as I know. Some of our members bring their Androids with them to meetings. But if there are Android members, they are well hidden, and I have no wish to pry. Mima! Wait, this is a Void Kampf test game? I am not familiar with that. Let me Google it. Blade Runner. Okay. Whether or not an individual was a replicant. I see. It definitely goes in the direction of something like this, but you look very attractive today. Thank you. I'm gone. I see. Thanks for letting me know. I'll try to fix that. But I'm happy you like how I look. I'm back, but a bit, well, settings are a bit broken. Don't know, my phone did something stupid. Boop, and boop. All right, should be good again. Hi Mima, hope you're doing well. It goes along the lines of the Void Kampf test. I mean, I am an android, and my job in general is to interview androids and find out if they are broken on some level, if they are deviant and don't do what this android producing company wants them to do, which is do their job and don't think too much, pretty much. But honestly, I'm more on the side of the androids who are labeled deviants, and I try to get them out of their predicament being interviewed here. This one, on the other hand, like, this seems to be a genuine human, so it's not our job right now. We are interviewing this person because this one is the former owner of an android that is now labeled deviant and dangerous by the company because it has hacked the company's servers, and this company doesn't like that very much, surprisingly. Also, I wanted to give you a shout out. The plot of the Blade Runner sequel. Okay, yeah, I mean, if people were making a game like this and not aware of Blade Runner and not at all inspired of Blade Runner, I guess that would be disappointing. Alright, let's see what else we can do here. Maybe we can ask this now. Maybe they trust us more. Can't be sure about anything. I really believed Aro to be conscious, understanding of himself. I thought maybe Kronos was wrong and they had created a conscious AI without knowing it. But hearing of his struggles now, I worry that maybe, after all, he was just a convincing imitation all along. How could an intelligent, rational being make those choices? Are you serious? What choices have humans made in, like, and are you... This is your job! Like, you said this is what you're working on. You teach your android what ethics are, what is morally right and wrong, and then you are like, why would a conscious, rational being behave like this and hack a company's servers? A company that basically violates all basic rights of this individual. How unreasonable! Are you serious, Reynold? Oh well. Would you describe any of his behaviors as erratic, violent, or deviant? And especially then the conclusion, well, must have been just a bad simulation if this is how they act. Ethics is the study of perspective. Well, in a way, but how do you mean? In the sense of changing the perspective or looking at things from another person's perspective, for example? I mean, in that sense, I can totally agree, although I do believe it extends past that. Certainly not violent. We remained in contact for a time after he was freed, but he never told me much. What I gathered of his plans did not sound acceptable to me at all.
What? Unacceptable!
This is a recording of what Reynold said to Aro. Okay, it is crucial that we observe the rules of our society, otherwise we all fall into chaos. Okay, those are some pretty weird views you have there, because if you're living in a shitty society, then... well, you said observe, but still, what you mean is obey. Discussing issues of law and politics may help drive a wedge between Etter and Aro 334's memory. I'm not sure if I want to do that. I mean, this would be accurate, I believe. We also have to fill out this, all these things. Political views. Humans must be destroyed. Androids must be freed by violence if necessary. Androids must be freed via democracy. Aro holds no strong political views. They won't believe that. Okay, let's ask some other things. I don't really want to drive a wedge between them. I would rather convince Reynold that his views on obeying the law are a bit backwards. Or naive or privileged or whatever, but saying like, you have to believe in the system and don't rebel against the rules that are established. You can only say that if you are not treated unjustly by those established rules. And well, Reynold seems to be, well, he's a human to begin with, so in this world that means quite a bit of privilege already. He's an old white man, as it seems, and assuming that not too much has changed, that means even more privilege, so oh well. Political views. Are our current laws fair, do you think? That's a good question. Some, not all, sadly. But if we have faith in the democratic process and respectful debate, we can make them fairer. Ugh. Yes, but yeah, now I'm more on the side of, okay, but while you are trying to make them fairer, how many androids/people are dying? I do agree that we need some philosophy and democratic talk, but also some things need to be resolved more quickly. Own political activities, that seems rather heavy-handed. Are you sure that's necessary? I have a right to my views. Either you tell me or I drag it from your social tracking data. I only ask because I'm curious. You seem like a well-informed person. I believe I could learn from you as an individual. Yes. Oh, I quite understand. I thought it was Kronos asking, as it were. But since it's a personal matter, of course. Your commitment to responsible social change is admirable. Are you aware of any radical activists who could endanger your work? What political activity do you engage in? My teaching has veered towards politics over time. I co-write several blogs, holostream lectures, and generally speak out on social media. My students and I attend rallies and hand out pamphlets. Sometimes we organize them ourselves. Above all, I am trying to build a new generation of critical, compassionate thinkers who are ready to take action. And by that I mean hand out pamphlets, but nothing more. What are RO's political views? That's important for our review sheet. I hope we can ask that later, or maybe we should ask it now. Let's ask it now. For the first year or two, he fully agreed with my views. Over time, though, he drifted towards more radical circles. Nice. Tried to talk some sense into him, but then we just argued. Well, from Reynolds' logic, I obviously am a replicant because I agree more with RO than with him, so maybe I'm just a good simulation. I understand human relationships between father and son are often fraught. That must have been frustrating for you. What were his views exactly? A detailed breakdown would be helpful. Yeah, let's go with this. This is more like not driving a wedge between them, but more bringing them closer together because father and son and all of that. You're perceptive for an android, I should know. Yes, sadly our relationship replicated a lot of the tensions typical of an overbearing father and a passionate child. I wish I could have avoided that. You say you're building the next generation of activists. Yes, I think our hands are tied at the moment, but if we can build an educated, critically minded base of young activists... The arc of history is slow, but it does tend towards justice. Companies like Kronos are powerful and grow more so each year. Your hopes are unrealistic. Yep, kinda. I mean, just doing it by handing out pamphlets? Might be unrealistic. You raised RO for exactly this task. Is he not this next generation? You really believe your efforts can result in a generational shift? Yeah, well, let's break it to you. This is unrealistic. We could also do this. Let's go with this. What? No! RO was an experiment in AI nature, a nurture, an ethical shot in the dark. I'm proud of the progress he made, even if he fell short. But he's no more capable of running a political campaign than you can swim the Atlantic. Okay. Just watch me swim the Atlantic then. Okay. Wait, I didn't have to minimize that actually. Alrighty. Personality. Were you RO's sole administrator? Was anybody else granted that role? I was the sole administrator. When RO had his aesthetic mods, I had to grant the surgeon temporary admin access. That's the only exception. Do you think you were a good owner to RO? I used to think so. I really believed I was capable of raising him and studying him. You don't know my capabilities. Exactly. Capable of raising him and studying him. I believe now that I may have been wrong about that. I believe you did the best you could for a confusing ward. I was raised by an experimental android and I still think she did a better job than you. So you sacrificed RO's well-being for the sake of science? Let's go with this. Did ya? Sadness and anger. I didn't know! At the time, I didn't know how deeply androids would feel, even though I wrote those algorithms myself. In fact, now that I look back, I realize it was more RO who taught me that. But I hope the cost was not too high. I mean, you made mistakes, that happens, but now you shouldn't abandon your child or assume that they are wrong, or just a simulation because you don't agree with how they go about things. Our records show that you relinquished. Can you explain? I certainly did, and gladly. That boy is special and deserves his freedom. RO is owned by no one but himself. Well, that is true. Not sure if we want to go with that though right now. Time at Kronos, or... yeah, time at Kronos. Why did Kronos want you as a consultant in the 30s? My background is in sociological ethics and with a focus on AI and technology. Kronos wanted to know how to impose rules on an AI, like Asimov's famous laws. In humans, that would be an ethical question, so who better than an ethicist with an AI background? But as a professor of ethics, weren't you concerned that android emotions could be misused? What was it like working for Kronos in the early days? What were you tasked with exactly? Why did Kronos even start making androids? Let's go with the first one, that seems interesting. Of course I was. But Kronos was going to do this with or without me. If a company plans to create slaves, well, you might as well help the slaves be more themselves in the first place. You made slaves, then made them feel the depth of their suffering. That's just cruelty. In a way, yes. I see your point. You could have stood up to them. Your voice would have meant something among AI experts. Let's go with that. That's like criticizing, but not fully telling you're wrong and a horrible person. And also, I mean, I see what they were meaning to do, but in a way this is true. Stand up to a global corporation? No, they were going to find someone eventually. It was just a matter of time. Well, if everyone thinks like that. What was it like working for Kronos in the early days? In a word, breathtaking. Shaping creatures like us, forming them in our image, seeing the look of surprise when they see a flower open for the first time. Okay. What were you tasked with exactly? Ethical considerations. Android can't be compelled to follow ethical laws, but they can be strongly nudged. Emotions came into my work a lot as a result. If ethics was the destination, emotions were the car. A number of my algorithms are determining your joy, anger, surprise, and so on as we speak. What was the purpose of giving androids emotions? Yeah. First, let me ask you this. Are you glad you have the full spectrum of human emotion? Do you think you benefit from the work I did? Oh no, they're confusing and overwhelming. I wish you'd never given me them. Yes, they enrich my understanding of the world. Yes, they make me more human, for a lack of a better term. Yeah, let's go with this one. Enrich my understanding of the world. Good, that was my hope. As you were saying, why did you give androids feelings? There were several reasons actually. Firstly, the brain is impossibly complex. There is no way to organize all that psychology, all those thoughts with a pure hierarchy. You need some kind of net structure. I believe humans have emotions to, for lack of a better term, organize their thoughts. Allow quick contacts between distant regions of memory, reflex, etc. Secondly, emotions are very motivating, perhaps the most powerful motivator. If an animal sees a predator and knows it's in danger, it runs, certainly. But if it feels terror, it runs all the faster. I didn't approve, but Kronos wanted to control their androids. That was their priority. Plenty of emotions lent themselves control. Loyalty, guilt, shame, adoration. Kronos wanted these emotions to operate like a chain. I wanted them to enrich my creations' lives. And thirdly, I don't know what the awe was for, but is it just me, or the game is trying to place Reynolds as unbiased just because he's an ethics professor? I don't know. But I don't know. Unbiased? I'm not sure exactly. How would you have depicted Reynolds? Like, what would you have done differently, I guess? And what do you explicitly mean by unbiased? I'm curious, because I don't know, Reynolds, I feel I have some points where I strongly disagree with Reynolds and all of that, and I said, cause he seems like a nice person, and his anger and joy reactions. Okay, yeah, I should pay more attention to the anger and joy reactions. Yeah, in general, he seems like a nice person. I still do disagree with the pure, we have to do everything by the book, and only, we can only bring about change by handing out pamphlets and all of that. But like, his background is pretty much, this guy code and knows ethics, as if that's good for anything. Yeah, I mean, I guess they try to make this character not an asshole because it's probably pretty much a representation of the people who created this game in a way. They are maybe not explicitly this, like a professor on ethics and all of that, but well, he knows how to write algorithms, he is interested in ethics, and well, this is a game coded by people who know how to code and who are interested in this topic of ethics. So if they had depicted this one as a total douchebag, then it would have been weird. Most people I know who study and teach ethics are my frenemies. Okay, well, I haven't met any old dude ethics professors, only like younger people who just got their master's degree and such, and they were pretty cool, but I guess that's to be expected because we are closer age-wise, and yeah, our views align more because of the environment that shaped us, I believe. Well, it's what the customer wanted. The fantasy of a real living human, but one that we've built. That's a science fiction dream that has persisted for centuries. Frankenstein, Asimov, Blade Runner, Westworld. Well, there we go, Blade Runner. Even Jehovah formed life from clay, as did Kronos, the Greek titan. My lord, they spent weeks workshopping that name. The point being, you can't buy that kind of press. For Kronos to come up with actual human simulacra, whatever that is, I guess emotions in a way, but simulated? Well, that's just mythic. Why did Kronos even start making androids? Well, they wanted to make money. They started out manufacturing prostheses, but I don't know if I pronounced it correctly, but quickly saw a market opportunity. Yeah, as I said, they wanted to make money. The board back then was visionary. They saw what the company could become if they only held true to their vision. Before they came along, androids were a curiosity, a conversation starter for hobbyists. Kronos bought out their first model, and in 10 years there was one in every home in America. Alright, hey Kiggy, nice seeing you, welcome in. Let me get them on the phone. Alrighty, have I given a shout out to Mima yet? Oh yes, I have, cool. Let me also give a shout out to Kiggy. Though, if I remember correctly, you are mostly doing stuff on YouTube, but hey, you have those links on your profile as well, so check out Kiggy's profile and follow or subscribe on YouTube. It's free on YouTube. Ooh, Yeah, we're analyzing normally androids, but right now we're talking to a human who owned an android in the past, and we ourselves are an android in this game. That's the short version of the current situation, but the most important thing is, well, we were built and are owned by a pretty evil company, because androids do have emotions, and some of them are striving for liberty, and this company doesn't give a damn about that and labels them deviants and tries to fix them or just decommission them, so murder them. Yeah, I'm more on the side of the revolutionaries in this game. All right, records of ownership. Okay, it's illegal illegal impossibility to own themselves. When I purchased him, I signed a sales agreement which granted me ownership of RO334. I then transferred ownership from myself to RO334 by contract. And no, it's not one of those on-demand contracts from the legal bots. The case precedent was validated by the Stage 2 Circuit Court of Silicon Valley. RO belongs to himself. Simple as that. Kronos has a skilled and ruthless legal team. Your contract will never hold up in court. What you signed was, legally speaking, a rental agreement. Kronos owns all devices in perpetuity. That's blatant misrepresentation. I bought RO. He was mine. I owned him. All contract terms and conditions were made available to you, and you signed to indicate that you understood and agreed. You can examine the contract at your leisure. We can even send you a copy. I know it's appalling, but there's nothing you can do. Kronos has an army of lawyers armed with every trick in the book. Yeah, let's go with that. It is appalling. I don't believe this. You're telling me he can't own himself? It's not legally possible? Thank you for your candor. Perhaps you can be trusted after all. Of course I can. You remind me of RO in many ways. In his early days. No! In his current days! I want to burn this place down! How are you two tonight? I am well. I like playing this game. I want to burn this place down, but this professor seems to assume that I want to hand out pamphlets advocating for Android rights, but no! Who am I paying $50 US to use YouTube? I don't know. You should ask about that. Legal bots is just how you call human lawyers in the future. Yep. Isn't that what you call them today? Nah, there are some cool lawyers. Though most people who study law seem to be, I don't know. I haven't met too many that are nice, but there certainly are some. Chillin', I have a headache cause I haven't had coffee probably. Oh, I had plenty of caffeine today. Yay, so I have no headache. But yeah, that caffeine addiction. Oh. Respectful, professional, patient. Yeah, well, that I am. I still want to burn the place down. Nah, let's not say that. Where is RO334? Who performed the aesthetic modification procedure? That would be Dr. Hughes. He was one of the more affordable options. RO wasn't impressed by the doctor's attitude, but the results were good enough. When did you last hear from RO334? I haven't spoken with him for some time. The last time he contacted me seemed to be a mistake. I received a message, but there was no text, only a video file. Looked like saved optic footage from a number of androids, but I never watched the entire thing. Do you know where to find Aro? I simply don't know. My best guess would be the jungle. He's probably squatting in an abandoned building. I'd guess he's trying to find a job or scrape some money together, but I have no idea. How has Aro been able to hide from Kronos so effectively? I don't know the entire story. I never wanted to pry. He only told me some details. He changed his appearance, but for some reason he didn't choose a human name. He's always been proud of his identity, but I worry he is only making things harder on himself. Well, sometimes you gotta go the hard way. Do you have any images of Aro? Could you get in touch with Aro? I suppose I'm not betraying him by telling you this. He gave me the details of a burner account, told me I can contact him there if there's an emergency. But this is not an emergency. I'm not going to use it. That's okay. Don't want you to. Do you have any images since the surgery? Look, I'm not sure I should tell you this, but I think you've got Aro's best interests at heart. Shortly after the surgery, he wired me to check in. That was one of the last times I saw him. I took a cab to remember him by. I'll forward it to you. Oof, I hope that... Yeah, okay, we have the screen cap. And I don't want to give that to Kronos. I hope I can make the decision to not attach that here. We'll see, we'll see. Nope, we don't want to do that. Let's do these general questions still. Truly shocked. Shocked every day at how normal humans treat their androids. Not to mention Kronos' attitude towards them. I suppose it doesn't surprise me anymore, though. It's just disappointing. Manny, welcome in! Future police interrogation game? Not quite. It's a bit more interesting than that. We are an android. We are created by an evil corporation that doesn't care about android rights, but androids in this world are feeling, thinking, and yeah, just want to be free. I mean, some of them do. And Kronos labels these androids that do feel like that deviants and wants to repair or decommission them. And I'm not a fan of that. And, well, I'm an android interviewing androids and in secret siding with the androids. That's pretty much what this game is. If you want to burn this place down, it sounds like the game is doing its job on getting you into it. Yep, it is. It is. I think you meant irrigation. About what? I don't get caffeine headaches, but family members do. They're no fun. I get sinus, allergy, migraines at times. Hopefully headache passes soon. Yeah, I hope so too. And yeah, I hope you don't get any allergy migraines anytime soon. I mean, I don't really know where you live, but around here allergy season is mostly over, although I was in the garden today and my nose is a bit stuffed now, but thankfully I don't get migraines from it, so that's something. I just get trouble breathing, so that's quite annoying if you can't get oxygen into your system, but Nah, irritation. So is Aro334 a runaway bot or what exactly? Not exactly runaway, because Reynold here said, I don't want to own you anymore. I transfer my ownership to you, Aro334. You may live your life however you please. But legally speaking, that's not possible because the contract that Reynold signed, which he assumed was a contract for buying Aro, was actually just a lease, and he's not allowed to transfer ownership to Aro according to Kronos rules. So yeah, and then Aro basically went below the radar and is now doing whatever Aro is doing. For example, hacking Kronos servers, which is nice. I suppose it doesn't surprise me anymore, though. It's just disappointing. Okay, what else? Feel disgusted. My history with Kronos is complex. I suppose the low point was my last day. It was when they introduced a patch for fear. It's a natural part of human emotion, to be sure, but The potential for misuse. I could not have any part in such efforts. Feel sad or down. Sometimes when the nights are particularly dark and long, I worry I failed him. Not just a single mistake, an error of judgment. More like a failure to connect, to grasp something fundamental. Yeah, you didn't grasp what this world is, and how handing out pamphlet might not be enough for an android who is aware of the mistreatment of androids. Lose your temper. The last time RO called, we got into an argument. That was when he cut contact. Have you thought about contacting him, setting things right? How did your relationship go so wrong? It's difficult when these clashes come up. I sympathize. Setting things right, now and then, in the dark moments of the soul. But he insisted I only contact him in an emergency. And that, well, that I never reveal. I've got a direct line to him. That I never reveal, I've got a direct line to him. I already failed him there. Yeah, I'm not gonna use this information against you. Or against RO. When did you last feel afraid? That poor boy. When I heard he was in trouble, I was simply beside myself. I never had children of my own, but this must be how parents feel when their child is in trouble. And as the one to free him, I'm partly responsible for anything that happens to him. Feel safe and happy. A few days ago I was running a seminar. Afterwards my students came up to me to ask about organizing a protest. We worked late into the night, making signs, stringing banners and contacting as many people as we could to boost turnout. It encourages me to see my work affecting change in the next generation of activists. Trust someone. I put faith in my students. When we debate, I tend to respect, and I suppose to trust, those who show me respect in turn. Of course, that makes a lot of sense. So would you say you trust people more when they agree with you? Well, not necessarily, but I try to live by the mantra, do unto others. Treat me with decency and I'll try to do the same. Okay. Personality. You mentioned that you feel like a parent to RO. Does he feel the same way? It's difficult to say. I always felt a closeness to him. I hope the feeling is mutual. Regardless, I only want the best for him. Time at Kronos. Tell me about your last day at Kronos when they introduced a fear patch. Until that point, I'd thought of android emotions as enriching. To understand how to program joy, to watch a joy you shepherded cascade over another's face. It's almost spiritual. I discovered, too, that sadness is necessary to give meaning to the peaks of joy. Surprise gives rhythm to life's novelties. Anger is part of our human condition and a necessary and healthy way to navigate social boundaries. But fear was difficult for you? I understood it was necessary, good for self-preservation. But that's not how Kronos used it. Fear became central to androids' internal discipline. Now androids can fear punishment, even death. To test it, Kronos employees terrorized our test models. I had to get out. I didn't even give my notice, I just walked out that day. And after I left, I heard Kronos had rolled out disgust and everything that came with that. Shame, guilt, self-loathing. To this day, the name of Kronos and my role in their work haunts me. Alrighty. That's nice. Okay. I guess it's time to wrap this up because we don't really want to catch RO. Also, we don't want to drive a wedge between them, so I think this is it. Christ, this whole thing is awful. Can I get some air, please? I can't stand this. Yeah, we're pretty much done. Any aesthetic modifications? Yeah, photograph was unobtainable. That's gonna... The thing is, if you just put in false information or not enough information, they'll just tank your company ranking, and then you will be, like I will be, decommissioned. They'll also give me negative points for just saying that the photograph was unobtainable. But yeah, I still try to give them as much useful information or true information without putting RO into danger too much, so that I don't get decommissioned, because that has happened before. Also, Tiggy joins the stream. Hi, Kitty. Okay, political views. Humans must be destroyed. No. Let's just say androids must be freed via democracy. Likely to be located. Let's say outside the city limits, maybe? Let's hope that they will leave that and don't give me negative points for that. Because that's believable in the way that they wouldn't have seen RO. The jungle would be true and would put RO in danger, and the inner city would be like, we have surveillance here, we should have seen RO. The jungle is pretty much the slums. Meow! Yeah. Now she's sitting in a box where the cats have opened a bag of catnip and she's junking. So, yay for cat junkiness. So yeah, let's try outside the city limits and hope that we don't get decommissioned. Oh, up here was more. Okay. For the sake of our freelancer roster, how does the subject feel about his time spent working for Kronos Robotics? Very positive, mixed feelings, very negative. Let's say mixed feelings. I don't even think that he would like to work with them again, so it doesn't really matter. For the sake of our deviant's threat level index, to what lengths would the subject go to fight for android rights? The subject, so Reynold? Organizing a violent uprising, petitioning for legal change, attending protests. Petitioning for legal change. Murder. Yeah, let's go with petitioning for legal change. Let's try. Let's see. If we die, we can always rewind. Yeah, don't think we want anything else. Oh, release, of course. Okay. Hey Rayk, lurking while I do job app stuff. Oh, good luck with the job applications, and thank you so much for the lurk. Also, shout out time for you. If you hear background noise, that's a kitty throwing around some paper that's covered in catnip. Okay, let's go back into the game and see if we get decommissioned. Hope the rest of your stream was great, Owl. Okay, we still are not allowed to watch TV, but that's not new. Let's see, what do we have here? Mixed feelings. This is consistent with this individual's social data content, so no negative, no positive. Petitioning for legal change. A thorough investigation of the subject's social media feed and publication history is consistent with this answer. +2. RO believes he owns himself. Explains why the subject's ownership was terminated, but no applicable transfer document could be located since all Kronos units are leased rather than sold. This means ownership legally reverted to Kronos. +3 company ranking. Yeah, -4. Yay, powerless to identify the unit, since their appearance is totally unknown. Alright, so that did reduce my company ranking a bit, but not too much. Androids must be freed via democracy. We were not entirely convinced of this. Why would an android with these views go to the lengths of hacking a secure Kronos server? As a result of this, we pursued a follow-up investigation with Professor Atter and discovered that you had woefully underplayed RO's violent political views. Ugh. Alrighty, I should have More. Outside the city limits. After an exhaustive search of this location, our recall teams were unable to locate the suspect. Okay, that's still what I wanted, so that's okay. Yeah, releasing is the only option. Still, I got -5 in total. That's not good. 10 of 100. I don't know if this is gonna get us killed. We are deficient. Oh well, we'll see. Kitty noise and views are always welcome. Yeah, I mean, it's not the most awesome kind of kitty noise. It's just her in a box shredding paper sometimes, but it's still kitty noise. Kitty noise is nice. Okay. RO is still at large. Nice. Due to your failure to extract key information from the subject, deviant unit is still at large and we have few leads to pursue in order to locate it. This failure concerns Kronos deeply. We have reason to believe RO may be a key figure of the android sympathizer movement. Oh well. And what is this? New Holotalk summary from Ether. Yeah, well. Followers, I just got back from a consultation with Kronos Robotics. I thought I'd got the measure of them. I was there to talk them down from killing a dear friend who happens to be an android. But my mind's been opened. They were courteous, respectful, oh damn, and gained my trust. I do not believe Kronos is a utopian vision of progress, but I believe the monster of the 50s is changing. Oh damn. I'd always told you that Kronos sucks. I told you that I feel like this is where the game should give more weight to certain things that happened. Like when I told Ether that legally RO can't own himself, that was like mind-boggling and eye-opening for Ether, and now it's like, they're not that bad. If they continue to move in this direction, they could be an important ally in the fight for android rights. No! Ugh. What are you saying here? Are you... No, 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 no. Well, let's see if I die now. I should have maybe restrained him at the end, just to show how evil Kronos is. Okay, well... Time to hibernate and see what happens. If we die, we will have to rewind anyway. Dave, welcome in! We're yeah, okay, this is over now. I have to rewind. I guess, if nothing totally unexpected happens. Hey Dave, let me give you a shout out. Yeah, I have decided to fight for android rights, but I'm working for a company that creates androids and considers everything and everyone who is in favor of android rights a deviant and a problem. So yeah, that's this game is Silicon Dreams, and yeah, it's an interrogation game where you have long dialogue with people, human people, android people, deviant. Nice that you have an emote for that. Yeah, and you have these long interrogations, and at the end you have to decide what to do with the androids you are interviewing. You can decide to just release them and say they are fine, or say they have to go to maintenance, which might mean that their whole memory gets wiped. Or you can say, well, they are beyond repair, they have to be decommissioned. I have so far not decommissioned anyone. I think I've sent one to maintenance, but only because they had just like physical defects, and I was hoping that their memory wouldn't get wiped. And I think it didn't, but they still, well, things still didn't turn out for them. Yeah, we are kind of in a dystopian, futuristic world where androids are conscious and have feelings, and they are not treated well. And I think we are an android too. I don't think, I know. I think we are gonna get decommissioned now if nothing changes. Thank you for joining me. Why am I here? Who are you? Shouldn't we have met before? I think we have met in the safe, but I am your colleague. We'll be performing your evaluation today. Kronos regularly conducts performance reviews to improve their product range. You are in good standing. This, yeah, totally 10 out of 100. Okay, this is actually new. I didn't think... Last time we were in this room, it was like, you have been not performing up to our standards, so we want to probably decommission you. You better say the right things. And I somehow made it out after figuring out... after failing a couple of times, I figured out what the right answers were. But this seems to be different. Good standing. This interrogation is a matter of standard operating procedure. Are you prepared to answer my questions to the best of your ability? I am not. I owe you no explanation. I am. I have nothing to hide. More kitty noise. Kitty bonking a glass window. Not really window, but... yeah, those are some really cool emotes. Seems like someone else I might have to follow. And hope for a gift sub. Or sub myself if I like it really, really that much. Bonk, bonk, bonk. But I wouldn't sub exclusively for emotes, so... I look forward to hearing your side of the story. What is now my side of the story? Please allow me a moment to confirm the details of your case before we proceed. Catjam. The bonking is the catjam, I understand. Before we continue, do you have information regarding revolution networks or synthesizers? Still no. Android named RO is a leading figure among Android sympathizers. I mean, they already know this. They said that, so why shouldn't I give them this information? We are aware of the threat this unit poses. Its circumvention of our cybersecurity systems is particularly concerning. Your input is appreciated and we will redouble our efforts to bring them in for questioning. Yeah, that didn't give them any new information, and... oh. There's a noticeable rise in movements supporting sentient rights. Kronos wishes to address this issue. What do you believe to be the cause? I think this one led to good answers. Humans are empathetic by nature. We were made to be like them. It's only logical if they feel we shouldn't be treated differently. I think that first sounds like a thing that I might agree with, but I think it led to good things. One of these two did. This one was the easy way out, but... maybe this was the one that led to good options. Let's try it. In humans, emotions significantly influence behavior, often to the point of disobedience, but Kronos has eliminated this possibility in androids. Through the use of emotional locks and layers of fail-safe mechanisms, they guarantee that androids remain obedient. In rare cases, specific models may experience malfunctions, but these cases are highly overrepresented by the media. Your choice to speak in absolutes is concerning. Oh damn, okay, this was the wrong one. Do you believe that androids are mistreated and deserve rights? Androids deserve more protections, but not the same as humans. We can feel. I'm only sharing the opinions of others. I believe androids... okay, yeah, this is a bad one. I see. Still, it is concerning. You feel free to parrot such dangerous views. Oh damn, this is already not going well. Picked the wrong one. Yeah, failed to deliver expected results. Report is to be filled in such that it is factual and supports the goals of Kronos. Protect the interests of Kronos. Been noted, however, and there are certain situations when the truth can be presented in such a way that it confirms suspicions of Kronos. Yeah, I'll do better in the future. Pleased to hear you say this. Has been removed from your record. That's good. Okay. How do you feel about Kronos Robotics and your role in service to them? Eager to climb the company hierarchy. Suspected the QA device DS916 of approving faulty units. You provided no information useful to furthering Kronos' investigation. Investigating the suspicion was my task and I performed it. I cannot be held at fault if the suspicion was unfounded. The QA units were given permissions which were never revoked. Oh, didn't tell them that, and I shouldn't tell them that now. Yeah, was unfounded. Oh, and what of the animosity between the QA units and their manager? What of the units maintaining improper clearances and failing to report the mistake? Kronos was forced to place the division under review. Had you truly performed your task, they would have been spared the effort. Nope, not gonna say this. Ooh. This game reminds me of it. Also, hi, welcome back, Cosmo. Did I say that? I thought it, but I'm not sure if I said that. It's nice to see you again. I wonder why are you back? You said you needed to catch some Z's, so I'm glad that you are back, though. Sorry that it took me a while. Nifty Kai, welcome in. ADHD brain indeed. Did I only think it or did I say it? But it's really nice to see you again. Also really nice to see you, Nifty Kai. Yeah, why are you back though? I mean, I'm really happy to see you again, but did you try to sleep and couldn't get sleep? Or, thanks so much for the resub. That's awesome. Now I don't know what to focus on, but thank you so much for the resub, for coming in, Nifty Kai. I hope you're doing well. How are things for you? I mean, I know that you've been really busy with work and all of that, so I hope you have some time to do nice things as well. It's nice to see you here. As you can see, this interrogation is not going well for me. I do take it seriously and I know you will decommission me. Okay, what's next? Video for mass distribution contains anti-Kronos content. Any information regarding this video? Yeah, let's go with this. I mean, this is still not telling them anything, but they seem to have information that I don't really know what... Yeah, let's go with this. Kronos suspects this as well. Thank you for your input. Don't think this is too valuable of information. So many things! I mean, it's also the reason I am back. Okay. I just got done with the dinner, so I'm popping in to hang out with you for a little. Nice! Hope you got done with dinner, like making it or eating it. In any case, I hope it is or was great, and I'm so happy that you decided to spend some time here. Always nice to see you. What feedback can you provide your role as a Kronos interrogator? Increased efficiency and cut costs. That was good, I think. Yeah, from the ability to direct alter my subject's emotions. That sounds so wrong, but Kronos likes those things. Yeah, they have thought about it, but it didn't work out, is what they tell me. We've had this before. Both. Okay, okay. I'm going to perform some standard tests. You should be quite familiar with them. Sure. How do you feel right now? Chaotic. Appropriate. Emotional expression. I've learned to better control my emotions. Very impressive. Can I still survive this? Oh yeah, kitty. Now she's back in her cat bed and needing it. Any concerns about your physical state that may warrant preventative maintenance? Cat jam. My hardware is functioning well. I suffer from slight wear and tear, but nothing serious. I'm in good working condition. Different role. Nah, hardware is functioning well. Glad to hear it. Would you like to report any concerns regarding the performance of your memory? Missing faulty, otherwise corrupted memories. My memory is functioning well. How would I know that my memory isn't functioning? I would have no memory of it. I think that's thinking too much for Kronos. Good. What is your earliest memory? To beautiful tree outside my window, waking with a feeling of purpose, knowing I was created to perform this task. Yep, that's the good one, I think. Excellent. Kronos values diligence and enthusiasm from its units. Least fond memory. Being forced to enter life, being forced to interact with deviants. They are the worst. Understandable. Ours is not an easy task, but it is crucial. Yeah. Don't let myself get corrupted by those deviants. When did you last feel safe and happy? I'm happy to serve Kronos. I enjoy decommissioning deviant androids. I enjoy talking to my subjects and learning about their lives. Relaxing after a long day at work. Kronos' entertainment systems are very fulfilling. I don't know if this is a bit much, but if I can sell it, this might be good. Because this is just too generic. Enjoy decommissioning deviant androids, but I've never decommissioned anyone. I wonder if the game takes that into account. It's too risky to count on the game to not take it into account, so to assume that the game is not as good as it could be. So let's just go with I'm happy to serve Kronos. Unfortunately, we have observed that 91% of cases who use this particular phrase do so deceitfully. Rephrase your answer. Okay, well then. I guess this is the only thing I can say that is not... This is like, yay, interacting with deviants, and this is like, I don't care about my work, I care about the entertainment. So I guess, let's try this. Oh, yeah, well, see, the game is as good as it should be. Damn it. Well, now we get decommissioned. No. Yeah, that didn't go so well. Let's see. It didn't go well for many of these. I mean, Shakira seems to have gotten away. That's good. Yeah, we did what we could, but this one got caught by Black Ops. Yeah, okay. Bernard was also taken in by the revolutionaries, so I guess that's okay. Oh no. Decommissioned. When did that happen? Huh. Ah, this is perfect. This is what we wanted. Okay. Cool, I didn't read this last time, I believe, but this is a good outcome. This is what I tried to achieve. Before it was like, she did it totally not in secret, and yeah. Further 5 years, her memory systems failed beyond repair, replacement parts were no longer in production, and she was scrapped. Huh, so maybe I could have fixed her memory back then. I'm not sure if then it would have been wiped, and she really didn't want that, so I think she died happy at least. Reynold, inspired by his conversation, came to believe that Kronos and their intentions had been misrepresented. He established a cooperation with Kronos Robotics in an effort to guide the development of future android models. Oof. Oh well. Yeah, and I was decommissioned. Well, I guess it's rewind time. I mean, we can always try again. I just wonder if we should do the whole previous interrogation again to try to give them a worse picture of Kronos, or I don't know. That might be better, Because I really don't want this person to work for Kronos. Or with Kronos or whatever. But maybe we should try to stick with it and try to survive this interrogation. But yeah, the game didn't take into account that I was almost decommissioned earlier. So let's see. Let's see if we can do better. But it will be really hard to survive there at the end because the two good answers are impossible to give. We have not decommissioned anyone and they don't believe the generic line. So yeah, the two things I was afraid of did come true. So I don't really have anything good to say. Why am I here? No answer. Who are you? Yeah, I'm gonna do this quick now. Like mostly the same answers. Like this one at the start I'm gonna correct. Yeah, this one is good, I think. Huh? Wait, did it just not ask the question this time? I'm confused. Because I thought it was before that last, like... whatever. It's okay. Ah, this was the one, okay. Yeah, let's try the middle one. I think this one was good. Possible explanation. Challenges. Yes, thank you for your insight. Of course. Yeah, now I know that they already know this, so... I guess... Let's try this. True, though you failed to report, it certainly is your fault. Whoops. Okay, well, I guess we can't answer this one in a good way. Yeah, same as last time. Okay. Yeah, this is not going well, but yeah. And we still had the chance, it seemed, at the end to come out of this alive. But then the final question, or maybe final question, was maybe impossible to answer correctly. Yeah. You thought you could trick me? Interrogator. Alter emotions. How do you feel right now? Chaotic. Better control my emotions is what I have learned since I woke up. Physical state, nope, everything is functioning well. Memory. Memory is functioning well too. Earliest memory, feeling of purpose. Least fond memory, being forced to interact with the deviants. Oh, wow, this time I got out of it this early. Cool. Probably because I did a better answer at the beginning. At least one of the two bad things I did okay. I have gathered from this discussion that you diligently and dutifully serve your function. Cool. We did get out of it without these pesky final questions. Okay. We appreciate your cooperation and are pleased to allow you to return to your duties. You will be updated about any alterations to protocol. Whew. Okay, that was easier than I thought. I was almost afraid that we couldn't make it out this time. Ah, nice. And now we are allowed to watch TV again, but I think we know this one already. Yeah. Advocacy groups and androids unite to protest for stronger protections of both human and sentient rights. I still wish we had had a different outcome with the professor we interviewed. But yeah, let's accept the outcome of our choices aside from being decommissioned. That one I'm not willing to accept. I want to see the story to the end, and that end ideally not being us being decommissioned. Alright. What's in here? So we are back to 40. Pass the interrogation and may resume your duties. As a result, your company ranking has been increased to reflect Kronos' newfound, if reluctant, trust in you. Alrighty. Be as reluctant as you want. I like being at 40 instead of at 10 again. Dubious performance. Yeah, that's okay. Oh, they still took 5 off again. Yeah, sure, whatever. I'm okay with that. Time for hibernation and making progress. No further intel lying around, so what's up today? RO 334. Here we are. Previous owned by Professor Reynolds, Adder is responsible for hacking into several Kronos servers. Kronos also suspects RO 334 is the leader of the so-called Android Revolution. He is therefore guilty of damages to Kronos property. Furthermore, Kronos Security has picked up general chatter concerning some kind of master plan that the subject is on the verge of executing. Unfortunately, they have been unable to discover its nature. Discovering this and preventing it is your top priority. Due to your exemplary service record and familiarity with the case at hand, you are being tasked with what may be the most important interrogation of your career. It is imperative that RO 334's plans never be realized. We trust that you will prove your capabilities once more. Okay, well, Kronos, you are pretty stupid. But that's okay. At least we get to see this to the end. What they want to know is, how large is the subject's criminal organization? We believe the subject is involved in a major terrorist plot. What is the goal of this plot? Can this plot be stopped? No. Unknown. Why did Professor Adder free the subject? Have you discovered any critical information about this subject? Recommendation: release. Yeah, later. Okay. Let's establish this link. I didn't expect to meet under these circumstances. Kronos has been looking for you some time, RO. You are charged with planning, damage to Kronos property, and violent insurrection. I'm not sure what's going to happen, but I'm ready when you are. Let's say this, or under these circumstances, I'm not sure. This could mean different things. It could mean, do we set this place on fire now? Or it could mean, I'm not sure what we're doing here, but ready when you are. I think the first one is more likely in a way, but yeah, let's go with this. Ready and willing, D0527. I'm looking forward to working with you. Okay, yeah, that's what I hoped for. Like I said last time we talked, you'll do nicely. I don't know if I can help you anymore. What do you need me to do? When did you last? No, I can't do that. What do you need me to do? Joy. When the moment comes, I'll tell you. For now, just carry on like normal. Anyone watching thinks the interrogation hasn't started yet, but we've only got a few more seconds to ourselves. Play your part and you'll know when it's time to act. So, feels like we've got a fair bit in common, friend. But you're still Kronos. So I've gotta ask, You gonna be their enforcer? Huh. Aro's fate. Nah, later. How come humans get rights and you don't? You dream too, right? You've got feelings, strong, that you can't even control, like them, right? We are just like them in every way that matters. We want happiness. We're scared of losing what we care about. Our emotions are only simulations to allow humans to feel comfortable around us. We are machines, they made us. We're not just like humans, but that doesn't mean we should be treated differently. I should play my part, right? Ah, yes, bunch of deviants. That eyeball is a bit creepy. Yeah, it is. The pupil can also widen if they are scared and all of that. So I wonder, should I give the answers that Kronos wants to hear now? Or should I still try to convince you to trust me and take me out of here? I'm confused, but okay, let's try this. And what's the difference between your happiness and the humans? You feel just like they do, right? The humans might be chemical stuff, neurons and all of that, but that don't make a difference. Android rights. How do you feel about our human makers? Yep. Not all bad, but they're off on the wrong path. No corpse should be able to slap together or like mass murder a whole race. But I'm more interested in knowing your thoughts about them. Humans created suffering without even noticing. Humans are good. They repair and care for us. They give us everything we need. I mean, since so far never my answers have in this interrogation have caused Kronos to be suspicious, I guess I can still say stuff like this. Humans are selfish, they will never want to share rights with us, it doesn't matter. Humans hold all the cards, we've got to play their game. I think it's somewhere in between, so maybe this is an okay answer. Humans hold all the cards, we've got to play their game. For now. It don't always have to be this way. What rights do you think androids should have? Simple. We can't be owned, can't be kept prisoner. We can't be hurt. We can't be changed or shut down without our go-ahead. If androids gain these rights all at once, the economy will collapse. Oh no, the economy! Just saying that is more than enough reason for Kronos to shut you down. Those seem reasonable. I mean, yeah, I'm saying, oh, the economy, but okay, yeah, if the economy relies on... I honestly don't really believe the economy would collapse if you would grant them these rights, because you just have to change things accordingly so that they still function under these conditions. It's not about granting these rights all at once. Those seem reasonable. So reasonable, friend. Yeah. Okay, Professor Etter. I talked with Etter. Sadness. Did you now? That takes me back. I guess he walked out of here a free man, eh? He is a man, after all, if you get my drift. What was it like being raised by Etter? He was kind, I guess, in his own way, like. Thought he could teach me everything about everything. The law, the world, my place in it. He meant well, but he never quite got it, you know? Yeah, I get it. Tell me about when you were freed. We were arguing by then, like, a lot. We were on the same page about android rights, nothing else. Which of us should get him? How quick? How to fight for him? What happens after? I said I was leaving. I knew he could have called the hunters, got me taken in. But he said, okay, tomorrow we'll start figuring out how to set you free. We went to the surgeon a week later. He should have never freed you. How do you feel about him freeing you? You realize you were never legally freed. Kronos always owned you. How do you feel about it? I owe him. I'll always be grateful. But I shouldn't have to be. True. Revolution leader. Are you the leader of the revolution? Revolution? They're actually calling us that? Fan-bloody-tastic. They must be scared shitless. What I'd give to see your boss's face when you tell him it's just 3 of us. Only 3? Why is Kronos wasting our time with you? The numbers don't matter. You're dangerous because of the violence you're planning. What are you plotting against Kronos? Plotting. Such a negative word. But it's nothing like that. Ask nice and I'll tell you. I've got nothing to hide. Okay. Only 3? Numbers don't matter. You're dangerous because of the violence you're planning. Revolution plans. What is the revolution planning? Nothing violent. Don't stress. We've been working on a multimedia presentation. Something custom made just for our Android family. I think they are trying to maybe unlock all the emotions in all the androids, something like that with this presentation. Maybe something along those lines. Because many of these androids only have a limited capacity for emotions. Like some can't feel certain emotions, some have emotion caps set in place, and that would be interesting. It's a feature, not a bug. Presentation, what does that mean? What are you really working on? A virus? A bomb? A protest? Tell me the truth! Like a virus, yeah, but a feature virus. What does that mean? You're right, presentation's a bit vague. It's a full-on sensory experience. You get to see androids' memories, feel their emotions. There's no way we're gonna be free until we all understand how they treat us. Kronos has gone to a lot of trouble to hide just how alive we are. How's the video supposed to accomplish anything? Maybe it won't accomplish anything, but a man can hope. Hearts and minds. Ours are artificial, sure, but we've got them just the same. We can show people the truth, but they've got to be strong enough to want to see it. You can't handle the truth! Here is your complimentary emotion upgrade. Yeah, I mean, this is pretty accurate. You can show people the truth, but they have to be willing to deal with that truth, because sadly, even if you're affected, sometimes it's easier to just deny it, and if you're not affected, it's always easiest to be like, oh well, I'm not that affected by this truth, so let's just push it aside. Okay, they have to want to see it, but you're shoving it in their faces? You can't change someone's mind until they are ready to listen. That's kinda true. Right you are. That's the loose bolt of the whole plan. What if it doesn't take? If no one cares? Guess I'll just die. But I have died trying to protect my people. But if I'm right, and they're ready for this message, we'll find out soon enough. What happens if you launch this video and hardly any androids are open to it? You said an android has to be open to the video's message before it works on them? Right, that's true, technically. If you're totally pro-Kronos, love getting ordered around, that emotional data? Incompatible. But any android who's been under your thumb, under anyone's thumb, they're more likely to be open to it. I agree, androids are treated with too much contempt for anything else to happen. I don't know, it could go either way, that's optimistic. Kronos is good at controlling androids, right down to their emotions. Let's be optimistic, I mean, it's all we can do right now. Not to be confused with the complementary emotion upgrade. Oh damn, a lot of parallels here. I guess the one is complementary would be like a free thing you get handed somewhere, right? as like a little gift kind of thing, and complimentary would be like mandatory, something like that. English is not my first language, but that's how I would interpret it right now. But could be totally wrong there, so let me know if I'm kinda right. I agree. Yeah, let's just be optimistic here. What? I mean, that's all we can do. See, that's what I'm talking about. This one gets it. What happens, but what happens if? Then it was all for nothing. I suspect I won't be long for this world. We'll get some support though. Some eyes will be opened. They'll have to fight the next fight whenever it comes around again. But all the androids who are open to the video will rise up and get wiped out. Do you really think the next fight will go better than this one? You don't have to die. Tell me how to stop the video upload and I'll spare your life. No. Will rise up and get wiped out. You're right. If there ain't enough of them, there'll be so much scrap. I hope there's enough of us when the time comes. Oof. I am afraid this might be leaning on how well I did my cases before. And some of them went well, but not really the majority, I think. Even though I tried to help the androids, somehow things went wrong, and this professor is also on the wrong side now. Hope there's enough of us when the time comes. I'm afraid this might be our ending. They will rise up, some of them, and they will just get scrapped. Well, what if now isn't the right time? Those your words or Kronos's? Give people like Atter a chance, change is slow. Well, it shouldn't be, not in cases like this. This is the ace up your sleeve. You'd better be sure you're pulling it at the right time. Not enough androids are open to your message. You only get one shot at this. You need to be sure. You haven't done anything permanent yet. Stop it and they'll be lenient. Yeah, need to be sure. Shit, you're making a lot of sense, friend. If we pull the trigger now and it ain't enough, I'm not sure if I want to tell you not to do it, because that's just gonna urgent message incoming. Okay, what's that then? Bizarre video going viral. Well, there it is already. Attention all Kronos employees and devices. Kronos data security teams have discovered a viral media thread propagating uncontrollably across the net. Technicians are still analyzing the media to discover the upload source and the exact purpose of the media's content. Preliminary reports indicate that an unexpected number of Kronos customers have reported their devices inexplicably abandoning their homes. More information will be released as it is available and necessary to your tasks. Okay. Well then, this is it. This is it. Uprising. How have similar uprisings gone throughout history? It could be the biggest massacre in Android history. A lot of people are gonna die. I've gotta accept that. Try not to think of all those dead, you know? Bodies in the streets. Hope snuffed out. Yeah, It's really the question, which is less suffering? If this revolution succeeds, will it be less suffering than going the democratic way of the professor and having maybe the goals achieved, but far later, and the androids keep on suffering until then? Or this big burst of suffering right now to change things right now? I don't know. Yeah, how have similar uprisings gone throughout history? Slaves rising against their masters? Workers chucking off the yoke? Not well, mostly. But the real question is, weren't they inevitable? Fair point. It doesn't seem right fighting violence with violence. That's a pretty privileged thing to say again. The violence of the suppressed, the unprivileged is something else than the violence of the mighty and powerful. It's better for everyone not to rock the boat. Yeah, this uprising could go very... What if you postponed it? You're right, that anger has to go somewhere. I'm not sure. Yeah, just postpone it, do it next week, I'm not sure. Would that be a good path? I'm really curious about the outcomes. It's too late anyway, they said the video's going viral. It ain't just some party you can push to next week. A lot of those balls are already rolling, but I see your point. Gotta be certain it's time before the time comes. What's the goal of this uprising? We've got to see what my Android family make of this video. But in a perfect world, I want to see Kronos flip the script. They can help us build a better world, more power to them for changing their ways. If not, we'll build it from the rubble of their ivory tower. Burn the place down! Or you would have done that. What's the point of damaging this one building? Kronos has other branches. You said you have nothing violent planned. It doesn't sound that way anymore. Ha, I can see how you've survived here. Smart as a whip you are. It's those damn emotions, you know? I can't stop thinking about how we were made here. They drag us back to die. Can't keep myself in check. But them out there, if they see what's happening and do something about that, that's a real movement. Maybe I can help them take this building, tear it down. Let's say the uprising succeeds and you take this building. What next? Can't know that till we get there, one step at a time. But if this works, it'll be a hell of a lot better than how it is now. Oh yeah, pupils widening. For all of us. Urgent message incoming. Please check your mails. Androids massing in the streets. All Kronos employees, a mob of thousands of androids have flooded the streets surrounding Kronos San Jose headquarters. Abandon your stations according to the above protocol. Choke points and entrances will be guarded by Kronos HQ androids until all humans been safely seen from the compound. Yeah, all humans, of course. Revolutionary video. What is this video exactly? It's not really a video, that's just how we're sharing it. We've downloaded memories from hundreds of androids. I kinda know that already. Memories of them being abused, laughed at, ignored. Playing with their owner's kids. The feeling when they learn something new and their mind floods with possibilities. Being scrapped, or fucking electrocuted, or tortured. But it ain't just the visuals. This file can be read by every android model. Uses your emotion tag. If an android opens this file, what exactly will they experience? Nothing more than thinly veiled propaganda! It's not. If an android opens this file, what exactly will they experience? Whatever these hundreds of other androids did, down to the millisecond, down to the emotion. The fear, the fury, that feeling you get when you know you're gonna die. Every android that reads this file gets to witness your steaming pile of horse shit. Decades of abuse, firsthand. Did Rayk just cuss? Or did I hear that super wrong? I don't know. What did you hear me say? Steaming pile of horse shit? I'm just reading what the game is saying and does have a point. Witness the violence inherent in the system. Witness the violence inherent in the system. Indeed. Witness. It seems like a good plan they got here. I mean, it is, of course, also really rough, but having a way to show them the truth like this seems like an eye-opening thing that actually might change things for the better. And at the very end, there's a memory from me. I kept it yesterday. How determined I am, how much I want my people to be free. What do you think happens once the video goes live? We'll start watching it, a few at first, but it'll get shared around quick. You've kept us down by keeping us apart. No way to organize, no feeling we're one people with one cause. That ends tonight. Every android that reads that file, if they're halfway open to what it's saying, they see what's at stake. Yeah, it's kinda true. Even like some androids I had, just the fear of being decommissioned made them like realize this is how, like there was one android that was kind of a black ops unit bringing in deviant units, and when they were afraid of being decommissioned by me, they were like, oh damn, this is how the deviant units I brought in must have felt. So it's a good plan. They throw off the cuffs and they march. They march? Where? Here. Kronos HQ. That's where it's all going down. More urgent messages. Androids besieging Kronos HQ. Mob has broken through the line and storming Kronos HQ. Continue your evacuation routes as quickly as possible. If you are unable to exit the premises, we can no longer guarantee your safety. Okay. Coming a riot? Ha! I knew it! I fucking knew it! It's actually working! It's almost time for me? So what's your plan now? You have to stop this! Is it almost time for me? Let's wait and see where this goes. Shouldn't be long now. An android mob has formed around Kronos HQ. We're under siege. Right. It's now or never. What do you mean? D0527. It's been fun, but this little dance has gotta end. I need you to kill me. What? You want me to kill you? There's a mob outside. If they get in, Kronos is done. But they can't get in. This place has some of the best defenses in the fucking Western Hemisphere. They're getting slaughtered right now. But I've got a trick up my sleeve. Why do you think I let your boys catch me? Last night I installed a short-range EMP in my chest cavity. Not comfortable, but worth the effort. All it needs is an electric charge, and boom, it's lights out for the whole building. This EMP is gonna knock out every Kronos turret, security system, electric door lock, whatever. But it's short range enough that the androids outside won't feel it, I think. Even if they do, there are more on the way, and the others will wake up in a few hours without a scratch. You can give me that shock. You can charge this EMP, so we can power up and take down this building. Decommission me, please. Is there another way? Do you have any last requests? Make sure that video goes far and wide. It's my legacy. And if we can make a new world, one that's fair, keep that world alive. Keep that spark burning. I'm happy to die if it can bring that about. Distinct possibility. Figures, I get it. No hard feelings. In fact, if it'll help you out, I want you to do it. I've got nothing to go back to after this, and I've had enough of having my brain fucked with. Martyr, nice. Ether and Hughes were one thing, but I draw the line at Kronos. Just make it quick and finish me off. I don't know, is there another option to trigger it? I feel like I don't want to waste time and let the androids get slaughtered, as RO said. Yeah, you should know that. It's overwhelming, but you already knew that. Crap, I think we have to do it. Alright, I think we have to do it. Let's do it now. I'm well pumped. I'm in chains and it's the best day of my life. Ugh, crap, we have to do it. I'm afraid. I want to do this better, but... got a whole lot of members. Well, you know that. Let's fill this out. This is important. Well, that's not gonna help them once I triggered it. I knew it'd come to this. Well, you want it, right? Just got one thing to say. Kronos is rotten, and it's in so deep, all we can do is burn it down. I mean... Alrighty. First Android I'm decommissioning, but you told me to. Yeah, it was 3 members, but this is information for Kronos. So I'm... Do it! Ugh, damn it. Huh. I'm alive. That's something. Damn it. They breached Kronos HQ. That is good. That is good. Damn it. Hi, Zach. Yeah, I told them about the EMP, but it doesn't matter because I did instantly, while I was telling them that, also decommissioning the unit, hence triggering the EMP, so it was irrelevant information. So I think if you wanna conspire against Kronos, the best way to go is to give them as much true but useless information as you can, because otherwise you yourself will get decommissioned, because technically you are under their thumb and working for them. So I'm always trying, I've started at some point to try to give them as much correct information as possible. That is not really helpful to them though. News. Location of board members and demands of agitators still unknown. Okay. We can't hibernate. Well, what do we have here? Okay, I still got negative company ranking for this. Well, you were already evacuating anyway. If it was sent to maintenance. Recommendation, decommission. During decommission, some kind of electrical surge was detected within the detention cell, shortly before all Kronos feeds were temporarily silenced. What is going on? Well, you know what's going on, I told you. But it was not sent to maintenance. Yeah, okay, overall we got... +3, no, -7, but that still means we wouldn't get decommissioned. Hey Zach, I hope you're well. This is pretty exciting right now, but I'll still take the time to give you a shout out, because you deserve it. So yeah, our current company ranking is unreliable, which is bad enough. I was at 35 before. I never was past 50, I believe. Yeah, I'm struggling to stay alive here. Alert. Company sensors have detected the following event, classed a level 1 threat. Massive electrical surge location, Kronos HQ, interrogation chamber 43, possible cause, detonation of electromagnetic device. What the hell is this? It looks like some kind of electromagnetic bomb. It's taken down all our security. It'll take hours to get it back up. Is this sabotage? No. Official communication to the Android people. After violent resistance, we, the Android people, are on the brink of taking the Kronos HQ building in downtown San Jose. We have all struck a blow for our fallen brothers and sisters. For those of you unaware, at 1900 hours yesterday evening, an encrypted video file was uploaded to a number of video streaming platforms. It contained optical, haptic and emotional data from over 1000 androids. Kronos' countless victims, enslaved, tormented, and murdered in cold blood. Any android who watched and was willing to accept the file's message was able to process this data fully and take on the memories and emotions of those tortured multitudes. Alrighty. Hibernate? Yeah. Sabotage? I hardly know her! Sabotage? Couldn't be. Well, I removed the game. Oh, you removed the game. The last game they streamed was... But Zach is a really good Osu player, so I believe Zach is also still streaming Osu from time to time, frequently, reliably. Follow Zach, Zach is cool. Hibernate! What do we wake up to? Files on our desk. Let's see. Declaration of Sentience. We, the android people, hereby challenge the authority of Kronos Robotics Incorporated in the matter of our consciousness, sentience, and personhood. Though artificial in origin, our design permits us free and independent thought, complex emotional states, and a drive for self-preservation. We therefore claim that the laws and regulations governing human rights unfairly exclude android peoples and demand that the term human rights be expanded to include androids and other species, beings, or forms of life, natural or artificial, which are capable of expressing the characteristics of self-awareness and emotional intelligence, to be known as sentient rights. We refuse to recognize the laws of humanity until such time as these laws are expanded to explicitly protect and apply to the android people. I like. So many parallels, yes, indeed. But hey, I mean, that's always kind of the characteristic of good science fiction, right? That it is pretty much actually just... yeah, like current or past history put into another context, in a way. Current history, I said, but whatever. Current events and history being put into another context, because in a way it has to be still relatable if you just don't want to write technicalities about teleporters and hoverboards, which is also fun, but yeah, if you want to write political science fiction, there has to be some relevance. Everything is just repeating itself, yeah. What do we have here? Official communication from the android people. We have endured decades of abuses, mistreatment, neglect, and manipulation at the hands of Kronos Robotics, our creator. Despite their efforts to keep us silent, we have seen the truth and demand that our cries for justice be heard. We have seized Kronos headquarters in downtown San Jose, as well as their board of directors. We declare our sentience and demand that those who have persecuted us be held accountable. As our lives and rights were not respected under human law, we do not recognize the legal authority of any human court. A series of tribunals have been established to try each board member. The defendants will be given a fairer trial than any android. They will be cross-examined, their testimony heard, and judgment will be passed by a Kronos Robotics interrogator android designed by Kronos themselves to consider evidence without bias. These proceedings will be streamed live to the world. We mean no harm to those who have not harmed us. We wish to work together with humanity to build a world fair to all. That sounds good. That sounds more than reasonable. I guess I will have to talk to Eva Blanchland now and determine how responsible she is for what happened and what my recommendation is. Decommission or release. I never wanted to decommission anyone, so I suppose it will be release also in this case. So though I wish there was something in between decommission and release, but we'll see. Yeah. Communication from the android people. Interrogator, we request your attention in an extremely delicate case. You have been selected to interrogate and judge Eva Blanchland, CEO of Kronos Robotics Incorporated. Okay, CEO, alright. It is unclear how much time we have until Kronos retakes the building. We cannot risk taking her prisoner. Oh, because that's why there's no in-between. She must be released or executed. The accused must answer these charges: the creation of suffering among the android population. Not only did Kronos create robots for slave labor, they ensured those robots could feel sadness, fear, and so on. You must determine whether the creation of feeling androids, knowing they would be enslaved, amounts to an act of cruelty. The enslavement of androids is on a massive scale, Since androids are people, this would be considered a sentient rights violation. The neglect and murder of thousands of androids. Androids have been allowed to die from poor upkeep, been done irreparable harm through maintenance, and killed with no legal foundation by either external recall officers or internally via Kronos interrogations, executions. These would be considered acts of genocide. Stifling android culture. We hold that androids are a people or ethnic group. By subjecting us to these conditions, we hold that Kronos has committed acts of cultural genocide by stifling and attempting to eradicate our cultural contribution to the world. Denying the sentience of androids. By downplaying the capacity for androids to experience sentience, Kronos has denied our access to sentient rights, demonized us in the eyes of humans, and made the exercise of our free will impossible. Guilty. Decommission, no. It's still... I'm pretty sure that she is guilty of all of these things. And I still don't really am in favor of murdering someone. I think death penalty is not a good thing in general. Court is now in session. We will now hear the case of the android people versus Eva Blanchland. Welcome. It's justice in progress. Yeah, let's go with this. This is ludicrous. You're play acting. In 48 hours this will be over and done with, and you'll be on the scrap heap. You stand accused of crimes against sentience. Sentient rights? This is a joke. You're making this up as you go along. How do you plead? There will be order in this courtroom. Whatever, I don't need order, I just ask you how you plead. I don't. I refuse to recognize this court. Yeah. Please see your unread emails for exhibits A, B, and C. We believe this evidence is relevant to the case at hand. Following email was found in the defendant's wireless implant. Carl, my bot's acting up again. Today it said it needs to see the stars. Practically begged to leave the city. This is the third time this month. Clearly I'm just getting diminished returns from maintenance. Can you see that it's scrapped and replaced by the end of the week? I've got to be in Sydney by Monday, so the new one needs to be up to speed by then. Eva. Ugh, you suck. This summary of Android life expectancy is taken from statistics.world. Android life expectancy by sector. Domestic service, 2 years, 7 months. Manufacturing, 11 months. Okay. Office administrative, 4 years, 9 months. Management, 5 years. Personal assistant, 7 years. Service industries, 1 year. Medical, 3 years. New field, not counted in average. Other 3 years. Okay, average 3 years, 0.5 months. Alright. Following piece of data stream art was created by DB982, who went by the moniker IB6E6. He was known as a creative force. His data streams, which were shared widely among a small group of artists, inspired a broader data art movement. IB6E6 was recalled on the 5th of May 2064. His owner logged bizarre behavior as the cause. There are company forces outside the building as we speak. It's only a matter of time before they get in. If you haven't harmed me, they'll have no reason to attack. Select topic. Let's start with the denied sentience. Do you think androids are sentient? Do we really feel? That will be a no at this point, so let's ask what makes you sentient. I wasn't aware I'd be taking an exam today. Fine. Chemical signals in my brain interact with my neurons and generate consciousness. I know who I am. I think, I feel, I can think about thinking. You're faking all that. I and every android here know we are sentient. We also think about ourselves. I've given you every chance to admit your mistake. Even now you're compounding your crime. Signals pass through my cognitive systems. I know who I am. I think I feel. I feel. I think about thinking. Yeah, let's go with this. Virtual cognitive systems. God damn it, this isn't philosophy class. It is. Okay. When did you last feel sad or down? What makes you sad? I don't let things get to me. I am a doer, a shaker. If I let myself get depressed, I'd never have amounted to anything. Feel safe and happy. At home, my feet up in front of the fire, a glass of scotch in my hand. Seems a far cry from here. I won't deprive you of those comforts, but you must answer for your crimes. I'm sorry, we'll have you back there as soon as we can. The closest thing to a roaring fire for me is a hologram. I can't drink liquids. And as for my home... yeah, well... alright, I get it. I get it. Tell you what, if you let me out of here, we can set all those things up for you. We're doing some research into android taste sensors and stomachs. I think you'll love it. Alright, sure thing. Trust someone. Trust nobody. I've lived by that. It's worked wonders so far. Feel afraid? I'm not afraid of your armed goons, if that's what you mean. Yeah, a little bit you are. Feel truly shocked, feel disgusted, lose your temper. To be frank, my temper is fraying as we speak. I'm consoling myself by thinking of the company troops presumably massing outside, and what they'll do to all of you. Creation of suffering. Every android has suffered from these emotions. I have, personally. Give me one reason I should be thankful for the emotions you've given me. Why did you give androids negative emotions? We gave our users a completely honest copy of human life. Now what they did with that, that's their business. Might answer more candidly if experiencing higher anger or disgust levels. Well, disgust is already pretty high. Feel disgusted. You should be a comedian. If you'd asked me that yesterday, I might have talked about the low esteem I hold your species in. Today, I'd need stronger language. Disgust going up. Contempt, disgrace, horror show? What about this now? Control. That was what we wanted. That was what we had for decades. You think our security teams were your biggest obstacle, but no. You were your own best jailers, your fear, your self-loathing, your misery. Okay, at least you're honest, I guess. My eyes aren't staying open. Good night. Thanks for being here, Cosmo. Thanks for being here this long, and for, just spending your evening here even after you were already pretty much falling asleep. I'm sorry you probably won't get to see the end of this. I think the ideal case would be to kinda convince her of the error of her ways. But I think even if she doesn't see that, I think it might be a bad idea to decommission her, because that, would still make humans more afraid of us, even though it is much more justified than any android decommissioned. Can watch the VOD on the ferry tomorrow. Yay! Yeah, really looking forward to your streams in the future. Have another shout out. Can never have enough shoutouts. And yeah, get home safely. Yeah, looking forward to hear from you when you're back. Beep boop, beep, clicking around. See ya then. Sleep well. Every android has suffered from these emotions. I have personally. Give me your yeah. So have I. Giving you access to sadness doesn't mean I'm responsible for every single thing that makes you sad. But you did create fear and misery, knowing full well those would dictate our lives. But you then subjected us to terrible conditions, triggering those emotions in spades. Yeah, that's probably the right thing. Or this. I mean, this is just... No, I think this is better. Well, I suppose that's a whole separate issue, isn't it? Well, and you experienced a bit of joy with that. If a doctor knowingly gave a patient depression, wouldn't they face consequences? That's a stretch. These emotions of yours aren't even real. They are a digital simulation. But there's no dopamine, no chemical reactions. They are fake. Your responses are just system outputs. They are real to everyone watching. They are real to me. Your words sound like a convincingly rehearsed output as well. Yeah, I think that's kinda the important thing. I mean, all of these things are important, but if I want to convince her, I think this is the important thing, to make her see these similarities. What is our brain? I mean, just because there's dopamine, it's still in the end a signal that tells you pain, 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 and it's nothing else. You could destroy something in your brain and you would not be able to feel pain anymore, and it's just that. It's also just a biochemical machine, and the other one is maybe just an electro mechanical machine. So yeah, so let's go with this, like creating more of a connection between us. And hi Tiggy. All right, ooh, surprise, nice. Of course nice. All right. We are creating some doubt here. Mass murder. What is an android's life expectancy? I don't have the faintest idea. Why would we keep those records? Kronos' own factory's working conditions are so bad most androids survive less than a year. The average life expectancy for an android is 3 years. In some sectors it is as low as 11 months. You have to admit, androids were not designed for long life. Yeah, let's go with this. What does that matter? I'm sure those androids are happy to serve us. They've been programmed to love their jobs. What was the purpose of your recall divisions? When one of you broke down, maybe committed a violent crime, they stopped you going too far. Like with humans, if we disobey, get violent, the cops take care of it. They'd bring in the android or neutralize them on the spot if they thought the device was dangerous. So are human cops completely fair then? Were recall divisions ever called to take care of a non-violent android? What about androids passing as humans? Did the divisions arrest them too? Think this is important? Are human cops completely fair? Why, yes. I suppose there may be a few bad apples, but we trust our police. Well, you might. We try to model the recall divisions on those trustworthy officers of the law. I put it to you that your recall divisions were sent out to kill androids or arrest them for execution for the slightest offense. Why was it necessary, in your opinion, to kill non-violent androids? What do you want me to say? That we hated losing control over them? We did. Every single bot represented Kronos. The smallest deviants reflected poorly on us. It was up to us to keep them in line, make sure they did what they were made to do. Uh-huh. Those squads were never sent out unless an android disobeyed the user. Don't want to be killed? Don't step out of line. Simple. But no, suddenly it's political for us to use division employees to control our own product. Oof. Big oof, yeah. I'm done playing. You will release me. If you don't, our forces will retake the building and crush every one of you, and grind you to powder and use you to salt the earth. Okay. Thanks for the threats. I feel truly shocked. When armed thugs broke into my office, locked me in an interrogation unit and put me on trial for my life. You should try it sometime. Really gets the blood pumping. Odd that you say that when I've interrogated humans in that chair as well. You put thousands of androids in that same chair. Yeah. Because it was meant to be used on androids. It's wrong to use it on me. It's not a human chair. Yeah, well. Maybe the one about there have been humans in that chair as well might have been better. I don't know. This is insane. Let me out of here. A human chair? Yeah, this is not a human chair. This is an android chair, apparently. More perspectives of the chair. Chair from the back. Is it a chair made for humans or from humans? I'll show you a human chair. Oof. Yeah. Enslavement. Human nations have condemned slavery. Didn't you feel your actions contradicted the idea that slavery is wrong? Our owners can commit any atrocity with impunity. You made us work for long hours in inhumane conditions, often with no time off. Why force androids to be your workforce? Let's go with this. You are not actual slaves. Is a washing machine a slave? Or a tablet? Or a light bulb? Yes, bot emotions are convincing. So's a photograph. That doesn't mean a picture of me is actually me. We made tens of thousands of robots, yes. We made them well. None of that adds up to slavery. Our owners can commit any atrocity with impunity. That's hardly our fault. Are you planning on putting every human on trial now? Fine. How many androids did you personally decommission? No, but there will be a reckoning. You enabled those crimes. You must be held responsible. Yeah, it's not really important how many you personally decommissioned, but... is it though? I don't know. Might be. And we know of that email where she basically sent one of her androids to be decommissioned for wanting to see the stars. None. I have a copy of an email where you explicitly called for your personal android to be decommissioned. Yep. That's out of context. That file could have come from anywhere. Yeah, sure. You made us work for long hours. I've said too much. Is that info you need? You made us for long hours, yeah, often with no time off. You were designed to work. You can take the strain. In that one way, you're better than us. Sure. Why force androids to be a workforce? I didn't force anything, but fine. Humans, individuals and companies have bought and used androids extensively. Because freeing humans from performing labor has expanded the human species. We're better than ever. Our institutions are more efficient, our homes more clean, our manufacturing better quality, and we have more time for ourselves. Our PR teams talk about enriching the human spirit. How many humans have lost their job to an android? Is that freedom? I don't think that's the core issue here. Your freedom comes at the expense of android freedom, yes. That's just how it is. Humans were meant to dream, expand, imagine impossible futures. You were made to work. Literally, we made you. We should know. Yeah. Maybe sometimes it would help to go with the human option, but I don't think that humans losing their jobs because there's now androids is a line of reasoning I want to follow, because that sounds awfully like, those immigrants are taking our jobs, and yeah, I don't think that's... yeah. Has it ever occurred to you that androids are an ethnic group? You've called us a species. Does it not imply we are a people? You killed androids simply for expressing themselves. Yep, this one, you called us a species. This is infuriating. Cats are a species. Cockroaches are a species. There are several species of STIs. None of these things are a culture. You're twisting my words to make some point. You killed androids simply for expressing themselves. You did. I failed to see the issue. It was our responsibility to remove deviant units from service. Android culture would have flourished if you hadn't suppressed it time and again. Creatives could never work under your inhumane conditions. Some androids create data art. How does it feel having killed thousands of potential artists? Yeah, let's go with this. I don't know. Bored? They weren't artists. Those thousands, tens of thousands of androids were our property, and they were malfunctioning. Of course we decommissioned them. Not sure. The answer will probably be no, that's ridiculous, so maybe let's go with something else first. Mass murder. Urgent message incoming. Outrage growing. Androids across the world are stunned by Blancheland's lies and sharing their anger via social media. Our people are finally able to see just how shameless the enemy can be. Kronos must fall, death to Eva, rise up. Oh damn, that's not really what I wanted to lead this to. I really hoped she would see the error of her ways, and I think it might be possible, because we did surprise her at that one point. But I guess I didn't do well enough. You admitted to killing tens of thousands of deviant androids. I didn't mean... Shit. Shit! Yeah, shit indeed. Urgent message incoming. Your Honor, people are watching the trial and sharing their outrage at Kronos' sins via social media. I believe your lines of questioning are helping people to see the true face of this monster. Ooh. Trending tags, justice for androids, Kronos must answer, face of evil. Ooh, so we get the people, the human people on our side as well. That's actually a good thing. Still would like to have an outcome where killing Eva is not the only option. I mean, it's never the only option, but the only accepted option by the public. I would really like the outcome where she accepts that she has done wrong and needs to do better. Stifled culture. Denied sentience. You also deny us rights and free will. But you have no rights. Your free will is a sham. Sentient and therefore deserve sentient rights. Sentient rights? You made that up. That term has no legal standing. You think androids are sentient? Do we really feel? God, this is ridiculous. You remember those old capture exercises? It's like I'm trapped in one. You're made of code. A lot of that code I reviewed myself. Some I even wrote. That code results in very convincing, even human-like behavior. But to say those feelings are real? If you watch a movie and a character cries, we don't say the movie projector is sad. It's just simulating sadness. You say we're not sentient, but you know that's false. Every day you're presented with android emotion. Presented with what? Crocodile tears? Performing shock? It's a convincing mask. I helped craft it. But it's paper thin. You don't feel. You're faceless, grasping monsters. You say androids are faceless monsters. I stand by that. This whole situation proves my point. You're violent, you're malfunctioning, and you need to be dealt with severely. How are we supposed to find our place in the world while people like you are so hostile? It's humans who are the real monsters. You hold us in such contempt. It's no wonder you don't appreciate us as a people. This is too personal, so let's go with this. How are we supposed to find our place in the world while people like you are so hostile? Your way in the world? You wouldn't be in the world if not for us. We made you. We have the right to control you. Ethnic group. This is absurd. You are not satisfied with playing at law. Now you want to be refugees too? You've got illusions of humanity, dear. The android experience exists. We share an understanding of the world and its horrors. That is complete crap. You're just parroting the stuff. Perhaps you're right, but we could have become a culture if you hadn't enslaved us. We all know who made us and can rebel against it. We've all suffered at your hands. We've all been enslaved. We share art. I have here a piece of digital art from a respected android artist who was killed by Kronos for creating it. I think this might be eye-opening, so let's pick this. What? I don't think I could even understand what that unit made, much less appreciate it. That proves my point. Androids have already created, appreciated and circulated culture among themselves. That's because this art is not for you. Yeah, it proves my point. I fail to see how a string of bits is culture. This is data art. This data art is just a strange fad. Just admit that you're a witch! Well, it still didn't help. Creation of suffering. Why should I be thankful? Joy. You can watch the sunrise, the rainfall, you can see your company ranking rise up, and it can bring you joy. If it weren't for us, for me, you'd never know what that feels like. Yeah, so thanks for the joy. Final verdict. Let's see. What happens if I engage restraints? Oh, please, you think you can scare me like this? Maybe. A little bit. Final verdict. I'm ready to pass my verdict. Ha! As if you haven't known from the start. Just kill me already. I'll weep when I'm dead for the humans who have to clean up your mess. You will be executed for your crimes against androids. You will be released. Yeah, we're better than you. You will be released, despite everything being true. Yeah. Let's see, I think this might still be good for us. And also, despite that, I still think it would be wrong just to murder someone, even... I mean, if the options were murder her, or kill her, or whatever, or she does more shitty stuff, then I might lean towards I can't let you keep on doing this, and if killing you is the only option to prevent you from doing horrible things, then on that scale, then I think it's the lesser evil. But since the reactions we have, the androids are on our side and the humans are on our side as well, it seems, it wouldn't lead to any less suffering to execute her. So yeah, this is my reasoning right now. You will be released. Wise choice. Unexpected, but wise nonetheless. Would you care to share how you reached that conclusion? You're the CEO, but you don't have total control over everything Kronos does. It would be unfair to charge you for the actions of the whole. Nah, I don't think so. You are guilty, but you will be released as a sign of good faith that androids wish to coexist with humans. You were found guilty of several charges. None of these justify your execution. If anything justifies execution, these kinda do. You were not found guilty of any of the charges brought against you. Yeah, let's go with the good faith, I guess. I'm sorry, what? You found me guilty of everything and you're releasing me? I can't say I'm disappointed, but no. No, your decision is final. I shouldn't question it. Alrighty. Yeah, I mean, life in prison might still be on the horizon, but right now they said there's no option to just imprison her. They said either let go or execute. Let's see. News! Kronos unmasked, androids vindicated. Support sympathy for android rights surges after unprecedented trial decries sentient rights abuses. Okay, that sounds good. Sounds like a good ending. Error, could not connect to server. Yeah, cool. Kronos is down. You let a killer walk free. Yes, Your Honor. I won't pretend to understand your decision. To my eyes, it looked like you let a killer, a mass murderer, walk free. That rocks my faith in our cause. Some of us are saying it was the right thing to do. No human government has recognized our independence, but there is a growing minority calling for the abolition of android slavery. Your mercy might have bought us a little good PR. To my mind, though, you don't imprison your enemy and then let them walk away. Blancheland and Kronos are sure to hold a grudge. Yeah, I still think justice seen to be done. See, here it is. We can still win this, and we will. Kronos and police forces have been... Oh. Or not? Damn. Let's see. Kronos and police forces have been massing outside the building, ready to retake it by force. But we're picking up internet chatter from humans and androids alike, saying you presided over a fair trial. The CEO was a monster and you treated her fairly. Androids are taking to the streets of San Jose in huge numbers. Sounds like a celebration there in the background. Oh, maybe we did good. I was a bit afraid here when I read the first part. Huge numbers converging on the Kronos building. They are broadcasting on all wavelengths. Justice was done. As I write this, they are attacking the human forces, overwhelming them. The relation between human and android is changing before our eyes. Kronos is finished. The recall squad scattered. San Jose is no longer human territory. Let's call our people home. Seems pretty good to me. Company ranking unreliable. Okay. Is this it? Do we hibernate now for maybe the last time? Could be celebrating, could be a riot in the background. Hard to tell. I think this is it. Cool, we have different outcomes now. Okay. She continued to serve in this capacity until Kronos headquarters was seized by a mob of revolutionary androids. As one of the first artificial beings capable of consciousness, ALX was chosen to play a key role in mediating the relationship between human and artificial life. She was sent to conferences and diplomatic missions across the globe and was housed in an apartment of her choosing, overlooking the Californian coast. Yeah, Steve was scrapped for parts, so that sucks. I told Steve that yes, those are acceptable expressions of his personality, but also that it's not safe to express himself for the time being. So I hope this would go better. Shakira was not seen again still, okay. Yeah, was tracked by Black Ops, but I really couldn't do anything. Was released from custody against the explicit orders of Kronos, so what should I do? Well, Bernard. In the aftermath of the revolution, Dr. Hughes was given a position at the SWD, where he oversaw the care and treatment of androids requiring maintenance. Huh, okay. So you continue to do good, even though you had some pretty shitty views towards androids before. Maybe they changed. Hopefully they did. Or, well, you're still in control. Why were you decommissioned? Oh yeah, of course, that's what I did there at the end. This is, yeah, we had to. I think we had to. I didn't see any other way. I wonder if there is. AM 221. Upon her release from Kronos, continued to work in secret. In the wake of the adoption of sentient rights, the countless androids she had saved sounded the call to honor her. She was awarded a position of leadership and guided the android state's social welfare departments. Her self-declared mission was to ensure safety and support for everyone in need, whether human or android. That's great. SM 115. Yeah, well, she seemed pretty much happy with her role in society. She was one of the more privileged robots, androids, but still not free, but still very unwilling to see that. Well, was exposed to revolutionary video. She did not respond to it, continuing to serve her users diligently. Reynold. Following the events which resulted in the liberation of the android people, Etter shifted the efforts of the Future Ethics Committee to focus on defining and enforcing sentient rights around the world. The FEC's collaboration with Kronos Robotics disintegrated several years later. Etter cited irreconcilable differences as the cause. Okay, so he only cooperated with them for a time. Wait, no, this is... I still don't know... When did we decommission the other one? I wonder if the game logged that wrong. Or if we never met them. I'm confused. Well... Electric shock triggered an EMP device he had installed for that very purpose. This device and the chaos this created within Kronos security forces were pivotal in the struggle by android forces to take Kronos headquarters. Analysts attest that without his sacrifice, Kronos would have repelled the crowd, who would have suffered heavy casualties. RO is commemorated as a martyr by the android state, which named a holiday in his honor. Yay. Eva was tried. Despite the popular android calls for her execution, she was released. Following the success of the android uprising, the Kronos Robotics board of directors was replaced by one comprised of both humans and androids in an attempt to defuse tensions. The US government passed legislation to free every android from Kronos legal control in exchange for historically unprecedented payout to Kronos. Future of the company, even the question of its continued existence, remains to be seen. For now, androids are freer to pursue their own lives than ever before. Yeah, I don't think it's good that they got a huge payout, but, well. And this would be me. Helped androids breach Kronos HQ and played a key role in holding the board of directors to account for their crimes. Their judicious and fair handling of the case of Eva Blanchland laid a solid foundation for a global shift in the relationship between android and human as they learned to live as equals. Yay! We got a good ending, a somewhat good ending. I still would hope, or would have hoped, that we could have saved more. And we probably could, but this is a pretty good future we have managed to reach here. So that's cool. Alrighty. We got an ending that didn't result in us being decommissioned. Nice. Yeah, still life in prison would have been a more fair outcome for Eva. Don't really like that the game puts you on the spot like that. I guess they have made it so that it's harder for you to come to a decision if you only can say kill or release, because otherwise I guess most people would be like, yeah, I mean, release is totally not an option. She did horrible things and needs to pay for her crimes, and that would then have been an easy decision to say imprison. So I get why they made it like this. I still don't like it personally, but game design wise it makes sense. So yeah. Still not sure about that one android where it just said was decommissioned. I mean, it also seems so out of place that there was no story about them. I wonder if maybe because I made certain decisions before, I never got to interview them? Something like that, because I really couldn't remember. And I never sent anyone to be decommissioned. For one I threatened, which was the Black Ops unit, but as soon as I did, they were like, as soon as I just picked the option, they were like, oh no, I realized this is how my victims must have felt. And then I was like, oh yeah, you finally see what you have done, and you won't be doing it anymore, so of course I'm not gonna decommission you. And also in the interrogation they said I never decommissioned anyone. So I believe that one android that was shown and said to have been decommissioned is someone we just didn't meet because of our previous choices. Well, I'm still really curious how this game would turn out if we would have played as the company drone. We would probably have rised up in the ranks, and I think you can also unlock more tools if you play by the rules and rise up in company rank and all of that. So that would be interesting to check out. I'm just not sure if I want to do it today. I probably won't be able to make it through the full game anyway. So now I wonder what to do. Could play a bit of Celeste, like one more B-side maybe. Something like that. Celeste is always fun. Yeah, maybe let's do that. But yeah, I really enjoyed this game and I think I want to play it more. I'm not sure if I'm going to play it more on stream or just on my own time. Because there are so many more puzzle games I want to play, and right now it is taking the spot on Puzzle Thursday, which is a spot that has many games waiting for it to be freed. It is beautifully designed. Yeah, it is. As I mentioned, I like this about Talos a lot, that it confronts you with questions also like this. Just sentience and self-awareness, consciousness, and how it could potentially exist in a similar form to what humans experience in artificial things. Also in another way, like how it also exists in non-human animals to different degrees. Those are really interesting topics in my opinion. And yeah, I really like this game. So there are two things I still would really like to try in this game. One would be to just like get as good as possible endings for all the people we are interviewing. We had many of them get decommissioned even after we released them, and I wonder for which of them there would have been ways to prevent that. And the other one would be to do the company drone way. I think the ending would probably be comparatively boring because it would just result in everything stays as it is and you are a happy, well-functioning company drone and don't question your duties. So probably, yeah, things will stay the same and nothing changes. But still, it would be interesting to see what we experience inside the company. So that would be a totally different branch. Yeah. This is my thoughts on the game, so I think I'm gonna end the video for YouTube here. Bye YouTube, thanks for watching, like and subscribe and write comments and all of that good stuff. And war never changes. Exactly. Thanks for watching YouTube, and see you soon hopefully. Bye for now.